Wonder why you forgot those couple of times.
Good afternoon, because I used the printer.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
It is. I
What?
just looked. I just want to get it right.
You
April
want
the 16th.
April the 16th.
At 4 o'clock in Alabama Central Time. You want to, what? What were you going to
What's
say?
that noise?
Hey, Carl.
Oh, I don't know. I just want to tell everybody good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That's right. We wore out today. I'm tired.
Well, you are. I kind of quit on you.
Who been working outside today? Just tired.
I told Jason he better quit while he was ahead, and I don't think he listened to me.
I can't go like we used to.
That's okay.
That's all right. Got a lot done today.
Got DD by our side. It's still rather warm.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Even up here. I mean,
Yeah.
Had to cut the air on, and
I don't know. I think it's going to be 88 today, maybe.
I don't know.
Have you checked the weather for the event Saturday?
40% is what I last saw. 40% chance of rain. And y'all know, if we've talked about Alabama weather before, that could change again. So we just got to be ready and prepared for whatever may come our way.
So the last time we were on here, we said it was 66.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's back to 80.
80.
And that was
Saturday. So from Saturday to Tuesday, it's changed that much.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, 60%. So hopefully that doesn't get bumped up. And the temperatures cool off Sunday.
Yep. So it's gonna be cool here.
And the reason why we're talking about Saturday is most of you probably already know, but we have a meet and greet at Petals from the Past.
That's right.
In Jemison. It's totally free. It starts at 9 and goes to when?
3.
3. Okay.
I believe it's at 3.
So if you are anywhere nearby, we would love to meet you guys and come spend a day at Antiques in the Garden, because it's not just a meet and greet.
No, it's a big event.
You don't even have to like us to come.
That's right.
You can come and just walk around
and have a great time.
Have a great time.
Yeah, have a really great time.
There's it's something that they've done for years over there, and what they do is different vendors set up, and they call it Antiques in the Garden, but they're not all antique dealers. It's just
but there are a lot of antique dealers.
There's a menagerie of vendors.
That's right.
And it's going to be fun.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. No matter what you come for, they will have it.
Yep.
They will have it. So
it's going to be fun.
Y'all come if you can.
It's going to be fun. And it says the rain's in the evening, so
is that right?
I think we'll be okay.
And we won't be the only YouTubers there.
No.
There are
a lot.
I don't even know.
I got it right here. And you look.
Well, then you're going to have to count them.
That's true.
It's a lot.
I posted it on everywhere today. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Okay.
X, Threads, LinkedIn, everywhere.
I never heard of some of those things.
Yeah. So the list of everybody is there. So.
And they are all from Alabama.
Right. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the Alabama. I think in September it's abroad.
I got you.
If I'm not mistaken.
I got you. For some reason, I thought Katie Wampus was coming, but they're not.
No, because
they're from Mississippi.
Georgia.
Just
stop while you're ahead. Oh, goodness.
I thought they was in Mississippi.
No.
They're in Georgia.
Huh.
Okay.
You got me wondering now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
they are. They are coming.
So it's not just Alabama.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was just Alabama, but count me wrong.
Oh, me.
But it's going to be fun.
It's going to
be a fun day.
Yep.
We've done it for the past, this will be our 3rd year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
3rd year.
And it's always a good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Plus the roses are starting to bloom and everything is budding. So it's going to be beautiful.
Speaking of roses, number 1, the Climbing Pinky looks phenomenal, and it's still early. I bet it's got 1,000 buds ready to just pop, ready to just
Goodness.
pop out. The American Pillow Roses, which are growing on the swag,
I looked at those up close today.
they're ready to pop.
There are buds everywhere.
They're ready to pop.
Now I can't remember. Do those bloom all season?
Mm-mm.
It's just put it on a show and
One time.
go away.
That's it. They're a spring shower. And always your spring showers are going to put on a bigger and better show than your repeat bloomers.
So you
That's
got to
the
make
trade-off.
a decision.
Yeah, that's your trade-off. I saw that my Lamarck rose is blooming. I posted a picture of it, and that one bloom is still looks brand new.
Wow.
And I bet I posted that picture last
Allergies.
week. So it looks great. I also saw that my Reb Devore rose in the back is budding out, and I've never seen it bloom yet.
Is that the one that's on the fence?
Yes,
Okay.
back here.
It's looking marvelous.
So I can't wait for it to bloom because I haven't seen it bloom yet.
It is looking marvelous.
So the roses and the drift roses, oh my gracious.
Well, I didn't see any buds on them yet.
Woo!
You did?
On the hillside?
Yeah, well, I didn't go
they're
down that far because
loaded.
I would be like I was on a slip and slide if I got on that pine straw.
Loaded down. Yeah, you will be on a slip and slide on that pine. You got to be careful.
I didn't go down there.
Loaded down.
But guess what?
What's that?
When they bloom, I'll be able to see it from the top.
Oh,
I
yeah,
won't
you'll
have to
see
go
it.
down there.
You'll see it easily. Ooh, it looks good. And fertilized some yesterday. Fertilizing on the 15th of every month if I can.
Yeah, literally every day a reminder goes off. And I'll ask Jason, what is that for? And it's to do this, fertilize this, spray this.
Yeah.
And this is all new because in years past we've never had any schedule to do things.
Oh, we didn't have a fruit orchard
Well,
or a
I
rose
know,
garden.
I know, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
you have really gotten into
I have.
maintenance
I'm trying to stay on top of stuff.
to make this everything flourish.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay on top of it. Well, now I can.
Right.
I feel like I can.
Right.
In the past, we've always been, we were living in the camper, trying to get stuff ready,
Right.
and then building the house, and so now I feel like I can.
Well,
So,
was it yesterday, day before yesterday? I cut grass in the back, and I can't wait to see. I kind of get discouraged because the reason we haven't finished the back is obviously because of me, but when I look at the side area and I see how far it's come and how beautiful it is,
yeah,
I just have to say, if this back is ever as pretty as this side, I think you will be very satisfied.
I will. It's gonna be pretty. It's really gonna be pretty.
I mean, we're not in any contest to get it finished or whatever, but it's just the fact that we started and then had to stop because, we started on the fence and
Yeah,
and
the pastures.
And we are going to finish what we started before we start back on
Right.
what we stopped.
Right.
If
Yeah,
that
the
makes
side
sense.
garden or the parterre garden or the rose garden.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Absolutely
It's beautiful. There's not one more thing that could be done over there.
Yeah.
And I do think we'll get there in the back. And once it gets all settled and everything, all there will be to do is maintain it and show its beauty.
Yeah, I agree.
Just got to get
I
it
can't
done
wait.
first.
I can't wait.
It's going to happen.
It's
It's going to
gonna-
happen.
So we got that one fence row mended. Set the post. We got a busy week this week. Really busy week this week.
Yeah, because like today we worked outside all day, not on the fencing.
No.
And we still got to complete what we started on today before we can move on.
Yeah, well, we messed around in the garden. We're so behind that
That's got to be
we
completed.
got to get it done. I'm going to lose all the plants I started in seed trays and have to start completely over again. So
Well, I'm hoping we can maybe get them in the ground tomorrow because there's some rain coming in
Yeah.
tomorrow afternoon,
hope so.
and that could do the plants good.
Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, it'd be great.
So
Perfect.
Jason was outside; he was weed eating, and he has his little earbuds in, and I heard the weed eater cut off, and I was like, "Shoo!" because I sent you a text.
I saw it.
And I was so scared you weren't going to see my text. I was all the way at the barn.
Oh, man.
He was all the way where we're planting the garden. And my text said, do not weed eat on the backside of the greenhouse. Y'all, we've got a mallard, a female mallard that came with us from the old farm. There's no telling how old that girl is. She's been around a while.
Yeah.
And she is you would not see her. She's in the most inconspicuous place.
I know where she's at, though.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, she started to pull her fur out. I say fur, her feathers. She started to pull her feathers out and line her nest. And I know she's got to be getting close. She's got to be getting close. And I didn't want Dyson to go over there and weed eat her by mistake. So luckily you saw that. And
I did. And I didn't even go around there.
And, I think if you had not had all the things to do to get ready to plant the garden, we could have got it done today.
Yeah.
But, he's not just going to go out there and pull the tarps back and make his rows. He's got to weed eat. He's got to pick up all the, we got to pick up all the blocks that cover the tarp, fold the tarp up nice. It's just a process. It's a process. And that took till 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just to get that done.
Well, I knew if I didn't weed eat, I was going to go weed eat afterwards, and it would have thrown all those weed seeds into my beds.
What you should have done was
weed eated yesterday.
No, pull the tarps up and move the blocks. Then I could have ran around it with a lawnmower. I think he just wanted something to do, y'all.
It's all good.
He didn't have anything to do.
Yep, it's all good.
Regardless, the weed eating is done. And be glad that I didn't get too close to it with the lawnmower, because when you get too close to something with that lawnmower, it sucks it up.
Yeah, it does suck it up.
I'm like, Jason, we got something wrapped around the blade again.
Yeah, it's no fun. And that lawnmower's got 3 blades.
3 blades. And so it's
no fun.
When it's spinning that fast, it just creates a suction, and
it's no fun.
But my job may be being handed over.
Yeah, I saw somebody just ask, does Mary Carl help with the chores? And she does. She just don't like to be on camera anymore, so we respect that. I always say, the first pasture's hers, and then the other ones are ours. And but she does a lot of other things too. But
she's learned how to use the zero turn.
She cuts grass now.
Yep. She's learned how to use the zero turn, and I asked her if she felt comfortable using the tractor, and she said she did not.
Right.
So it's going to come, but I want to get her. Listen to me. It's my tractor, but I am concerned about her. So I want to get her a cover before she starts bush hogging.
Yeah.
And who knows? Once I just think we're still going to have to cut grass in the big pasture.
I don't think so.
You don't? Well, she cut some of that with the zero turn, but it just gets gotten so.
It's tall. It's too tall for the zero.
Well, I raised it up to the highest level, and she cut as much as she could until it started bogging down, and then she quit. But yes, she's going to be on that tractor soon, and that just means that I'm going to have to find another job, which can be done.
You're going to want another tractor.
I don't need another tractor. I can be on the one that she's not on. How's that?
Yeah, that's right.
We make it work. Make it work.
That's right. Well, y'all. So, most of y'all know I had to go to the dentist yesterday and get a filling.
Supposedly.
Because my filling came out. And so that's my lower jaw doesn't get numb. They have to do it like. He stuck me 3 times yesterday, and it still wasn't numb. And as he's going, he said, "Can you feel it?" And I could, but I was going to tough it out. Unless it got where I couldn't. And then he stops and he goes, "Jason, I hate to tell you this." He said, "But the decay is really, really close to the root. It's almost touching it. You're going to need a root canal." And so I had another root canal yesterday, y'all. I mean, come on.
Another root canal.
I thought I had 2 fillings missing, and now I got 2 daggum root canals.
Well, at least it's taken care of now, right?
At least it's taken care of now.
My question to him was, can anything happen once you get the root canal? Can anything go wrong with it?
Right. Not really.
So
The only thing is I got to get a crown now, but they're so awesome over there. They are. And he's like, look, don't chew on any ice. Don't chew on any gobstoppers. Don't. He said, I think we can hold out to next year because my insurance will pay for one crown, so I'll get 2 for 1 if I can. So that's what we're gonna do.
that's right.
They're so nice over there.
And then yesterday, I had to take Mary Carl to the orthodontist in Montgomery.
Yeah.
So we went separate directions. Jason went to Selma. I went to Montgomery, and we got everything taken care of. Except I was so alarmed
Yep.
to hear. It never occurred to me that you could have to have more done than what you went for.
And it messed him up because
I'm sure
they had other patients there, and he was telling me, you wasn't expecting this, so it puts everything behind. And but anyways, I meant crown. I don't know what I said, but I got to have 2 crowns. But they said we can hold off. We're gonna try to hold off.
That's what you said.
Yeah. So we can get 2 for 1.
That's right.
That's right.
But he had 2 root canals.
I got
in
2
the
root
past
canals.
Month. I don't know how long it's been.
Crazy. And you're right. I saw somebody say, you're right. You're getting older things. It does. It does. And I get it. You're just getting older.
Oh.
You're getting older. Things just happen. The older you get, the things. I mean, think about how many millions of times I've chewed on these teeth and didn't take care of them when I was a kid. Didn't take care of them until I got to my mid-20s.
Well, you
when
were
I
about
got health insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, you didn't do nothing.
Well, I tell you, we have dental insurance that we pay, out of pocket, and it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we have it, because if we didn't,
Mm-hmm.
Now Mary Carl's not on it because she wasn't on it to begin with.
Yep.
And we need to see about having that changed, but I don't know that she can. It's something about a waiting period.
I got you.
I don't know. I know I tried to get her added last year, and there was something went wrong. But anyways,
it is what it is. Well, I saw that Miss Anita has got me beat. She said she had. Well, the year's still early, so I shouldn't say anything. But she said 5 in 1 year.
Oh, goodness!
And I will say this, Mr. Logan, Dr. Logan, not Mr. Logan.
Yeah.
Dr. Logan, who's my buddy.
Yeah.
He was right. The bottom is way worse than the top. Plus, it takes me. I don't get numb. I don't know what it is, but I don't get numb. And yeah, I don't know. It's just everything else is numb. I can't feel the shot. I can't feel my face, my nose.
Right now?
No, I can't now.
Oh.
My lips, half my tongue. But he explained to me that your face has got. It was just like a hand and its nerves, and that's how come when you hit the nerve that. I always say Novocaine, but it ain't Novocaine. That's what they used to tell you, but it's
just
something
say
else. Medicine. And it goes all the way up through here, and that's how come your eyelid will get droopy or numb in your nose. But you hit everything but the one that goes to my tooth.
Well, he got home and he was going honking on it.
Oh, it was bad because I done had 4 total shots.
And we were planning on having leftovers, and of course, he was too numb to eat chicken.
And you saved the day.
And I saved the day. He said, "Man, I wish I had a milkshake." And I said, "Well, I'll make you a milkshake." And so I did just that. A little of this and a little of that, and here you go. Here's a milkshake.
It's the worst feeling because so your mouth's building up saliva and you want to get it out and you can't even spit.
Even last night at 8 o'clock, you were
so
still
I was getting a paper towel and wiping my face off all night.
But the leftovers were mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Leslie was another part of it.
Yes.
And he wasn't able to eat those when it was time for dinner. But he told me later on that while he and me, while you were watching TV?
Yeah, we was watching TV.
Jason and Carl were having their movie time. He enjoed the mashed potatoes.
I did enjoy the mashed potatoes.
So
Thank
I'm glad
goodness.
we had those left over.
Thank goodness. But that was my exciting day yesterday.
Well, I didn't have anything exciting. I took her took her to the orthodontist, and it was just a routine visit. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I told Logan. I told him because he was telling me about one patient. This dude was big, muscular, and was a construction worker, a big tough guy. And Logan gave him the shot, and he felt it. They put that numbing cream on, but you still feel it sometimes. And he said the guy was just, just not
nice
what you
about it.
think. He said, not what you think for a big old dude. You think this guy, he really couldn't handle it. And he told him when he was done that he was never coming back again. He said he ain't seen him since, and that was 4 years ago. But I told him, I said, you got the perfect opportunity here, Dr. Tucker, because you got your dentist office here, and adults get all nervous and built up with this. I said, you need to build you the Tucker's Tavern next door.
Oh, goodness. That wouldn't be a good combination.
And that way people could get the edge off before they go.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah. He thought it was a great idea. He said, but he couldn't run it, though.
Well, no. He's got a dinner clinic to run.
But a tavern right next to the dentist office sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, it does.
There'd be a lot of adults go in there and take them a shot before they go in the dentist just to calm them down a little bit.
I tell you what, that's a busy place.
Oh, gosh.
It is a busy place. So they would need a lot of workers, and couldn't
busy.
take away from anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they built that building brand new, and then they've added onto it twice.
And got another
dentist
there.
Well, that's one thing that's for sure. People's teeth are always going to need repair.
That's right.
That's a job that security is good, right?
Well, yeah, and I'm happy because I've had a bad dentist no,
you've already said it.
Not personal dentist, and so Dr. Logan is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's always good to feel confident in whoever's working on you.
That's right.
I have never gotten nervous about going to the dentist, but I tell you, if I had to have 2 root canals that I didn't know I was going to have, the next visit I might be a little nervous. Meaning you.
Somebody said that they got a tavern right across the street from their dentist.
Oh, goodness. How convenient.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so
convenient.
Funny. So I'm seeing a lot of comments about the weather, and it looks like the central United States is getting hammered pretty hard.
Oh, really?
So yeah, you guys be safe out there now. We know the feeling oh too well here in Alabama. So y'all please be safe over there.
I tell you, Mom and I took Mary Carl to Harrison Lake, which is in Maplesville, and Mama went with us for the first time. So along the way, it's not a road that we travel unless you're going back to Selma or to Harrison Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the way, I told Mama, I said, this is where the tornado came through just a few weeks ago. And literally, the guy's shop is non-existent.
Oh.
And there's metal still up in the trees where the roof and the building was just tore up. And so Mama was saying that, I don't know where I'm going with this.
We're talking about the weather.
Yeah.
In central United States right now.
So anyway, I got to show her where the, tornado came through, and it was so close to where one came through just 2 years ago?
I mean, like 100 yards.
We were talking about, she was saying that she thinks that meteorologists have discovered that they create, pathways, and it's
where the terrain's
right,
made or
and it's more like a alleyway for a tornado to come through. But my point was, I'm so thankful to have that tornado shelter.
Oh, goodness.
Because that night when that weather came through, well, yes, you can't help but be nervous when they say a tornado's coming directly at you. But then that nervousness calms down when you've got somewhere safe to go.
Yeah, it does.
So if you're in somewhere where you have frequent tornadoes, maybe think about that. I mean, it's not going to help us at all, but for your peace and safety, it's worth it. It really is, to have it off your mind. Gosh, when we lived in the camper, y'all, oh my goodness, there was no way we could have a shelter at the time because, I mean, initially we didn't even know where we were going to build the house.
Right.
But that was some scary times. We knew where one was right down the road from us.
We got a community one like half a mile from us.
Yeah, but you don't always have a half a mile's worth of time.
I hope you don't. But we always had that, and if we knew it got really bad, we would leave the camper and go spend the night somewhere.
That's
else.
right, and we did do that.
Yeah.
One time we had to load up all McCraw's birds. We had to load, and we went to a hotel because we were much safer in a hotel than we were in the camper.
Right.
Luckily, there was nothing that happened, but they were so confident something was going to happen that we tried to do better.
It is
scary thing.
It is scary. It really is.
And if you've seen the devastation firsthand, just right near you. The thing about that storm is you trust your weather people, and I'm not saying that there's no way that anybody can be perfect, but they did say it is now safe to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those people came out, and that's when the tornado hit. So, maybe stay just a little bit longer than what you're told.
Yeah, I think so too.
Liz Catherine, right down the road, she her husband was not home that night, and she was in her shelter and went in the house because they said it was all safe, and she said that's when it hit.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she thought things were safe.
So somebody asked, what were could we hold up one of the clips that we're using? We don't have any in here, but they're called lock jaws, and it's got a Z on the end.
That was what clips are you talking about?
Fence clips. Everyone know about the fence clips. I changed the subject on you, but lock jaws, and it's got a Z on the end of it, so you can look that up, and it'll show you what they look like.
And I did get better as time went on, and I'm not in a hate war with them anymore. I've realized that I can use them. It's just
thanks to Nick.
Yeah, Nick at Chestnut Hills did give a tip about using a clip to pull another clip.
Yep.
And it kind of allowed me to not use my muscles so much, but use the clip as the tension. And that helped.
It did help a lot.
But I can go back to the old ones at any time.
So everybody wants to know how Honey's doing. Honey is a lot better.
Honey's a lot better. Guess what?
What?
I didn't tell you this, but last night she said hee-haw.
Did she?
Yes.
It come out.
It come out.
Yeah, she's way better. It wasn't in this video. It's going to be on tomorrow's video. But Dr. D did give her, well, I say prescribe, I guess, because it got a prescription. But we got some steroids. The next day, I talked to him that following night and told him what was, give him updates and that kind of thing. He's like, let's just go ahead and give her a steroid. And so he gave her some pills and some cream too. So she is getting doctored up, and I think the steroids is just make it heal a lot faster.
Yeah, it's definitely looking better. I put the medicine on her last night. She gets her pill in the morning and then 2 different medicines. Mm-hmm. But last night I could tell a difference. She is she's feeling much better. And she's even making noises. Yep.
And he also told me that we're probably the fly boots. I think we talked about that before, but I think I'm going to look into those and see about getting her some fly boots. Once she gets healed up, we got to wait till she gets healed up. We don't want to cover up that, those open. Well, they're really.
It's not really even open anymore.
Yeah, it's way better. Way better.
But the crazy thing was that she was never in any pain.
Mm-mm. She didn't mind if you touched it or nothing.
I mean, we put that antifungal shampoo on there, and I know it probably had a little sting to it.
She didn't care.
She never flinched. She never did anything.
Yep.
So, just that tells me that we caught it just in time.
I think
it could have gotten bad.
I think so. But yeah, she's doing way better. And Nugget, Nugget update tomorrow.
Yep.
Videos up to him. Nugget's doing great though. He's doing okay. Nothing bad or anything about him. Just same old. But Nugget update tomorrow, and but with a little twist. Y'all see something new with Nugget tomorrow, so y'all stay tuned for that as well.
That's right. I will say that I do not think that Honey wants Jessie to have attention, and I don't think Jessie wants Honey to have attention. They are a unit now. they think that they need to do things as a unit, and that's what happens.
Oh,
Whenever you
goodness.
see one, you see the other one.
Yeah.
So they like each other. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Yep.
And they realize that they're the same kind. Now, when that first happened, Jason was thinking that Jesse was doing it to Honey.
I just didn't understand how, because they will.
Nibble at each other.
Jesse still tries to be the boss, and it's not all the time, but every now and then, Jesse will push on Honey or give her that fake side, that hi-ya kick, like she's gonna throw a Bruce Lee on her, and she never does. I've never seen Jesse full out kick anything.
No.
She just does this little quick, like, you don't want this.
Yeah.
You see it?
But I tell you what I think is going to happen. I think in the end, Honey's going to be the boss.
I don't know. Maybe so.
That's what I think. I
Maybe
think in
so.
the end, Honey's going to be the boss.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because Honey is not at all intimidated.
Now she don't care now.
She's not at all intimidated by Jesse, Mildred, Goats, anything.
Yeah.
Which we're glad. I mean, I wouldn't want a timid animal to be living in fear all the time. There's none of that. But you did think that
I did. I thought maybe Jesse Jesse kind of pushes her around, and Honey will push back, but Jesse will sometimes nibble on her.
And Honey does it to Jesse.
And then Honey does it back, and I thought, I never saw it, but I was thinking maybe Jesse was nibbling. And then I started Googling it, and it came up that mules and donkeys would tend to nibble, each other, or that kind of thing, and cause it.
But not on their ankles.
It possibly, but the ankle thing is extremely, this is what Dr. D told me. He said it's so common in donkeys, and basically anything can cause it. Flies can cause it, parasites can cause it, scratching, bumping up against something. And he said you could have 10 donkeys in a pasture and only one's prone to it. So that one, and the rest of them will never ever get it. So extremely common in donkeys and very treatable. You just got to watch it and stay on top of it. And I think the fly boots may help.
Well, let's let it get healed up and
That's
see
right.
what happens.
Yep.
See what happens.
And horses, horses, it's the same thing. Very common in horses too. And too, I want to say that I had several people reach out to me and say that I shouldn't put my fingers back into the fungal medicine when I rubbed her. And at first I was like, maybe. Then I started thinking, well, that's a fungal killer. I don't know if the fungus could live inside the fungal killer medicine. And then I started thinking, well, why in the world, if they didn't want me to do that, why were they put in that bucket?
Catherine sent me a message last night with a screenshot.
And she said,
well,
I shouldn't do it.
No, somebody had said, Catherine would tell you to use a popsicle stick if you were getting that out because,
don't want to cross-contaminate it.
And Catherine said, Catherine would tell you that fungal medicine is going to kill a fungal medicine.
Yeah, that's what I started thinking. So I thought I had messed up. But
no, you didn't.
I don't think I messed up.
You didn't.
I think I'm okay. Yeah, I don't think it could live inside the fungal.
Well, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Is that was.
And I think if the medicine company thought that, they would put it in a squeeze tube. And
right.
And you could just squeeze it on there and not have to worry about cross-contaminating it. But that was a good thought, though. It
was a good thought.
I thought, oh, goodness, I done messed up. And then I started thinking about it. But
well, the steroid.
And I know people are not being ugly. They care about our animals.
And I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
All.
I don't want people to think but because we know you guys love them just as much as we do.
Yeah, we're not calling anybody out.
No.
It's just something that came across. And,
mm-hmm.
The steroid, however, is in a squeeze tube. It is
in a squeeze tube, so you can put it on your finger and rub it.
And therefore, when you got to use it on another animal, you're never going to have touched anything
Exactly.
else.
It's totally different. That fungal medicine, I don't know if some of y'all know what I'm talking about, but because I worked in the automobile industry.
For some reason, the comments stopped.
There they go.
Okay.
The fungal medicine reminds me of bearing grease. Bearing grease is, in that tube and you get that out and you put it on your bearings or pack your bearings, and
I've never
that-
packed any bearings.
that's what it reminds me of. Always when I think I'm packing wheel bearings every
Well,
time I go there and use it.
You packing Honey's hubs.
I am packing Honey's hubs. Oh my goodness.
She doesn't mind. But this morning I was filling up waters, and Peaches sure was frisky this morning.
Girl, let me tell you, Peaches was in almost in the woods this morning.
Well, I don't know if you can see it on my pants leg, but I'm filling up waters, and so I'm squatted down.
Yeah.
And she comes over to me, and she is nudging all over me, rooting on me. And I was like, Peaches, the water's right here. Well, she didn't want none of the water. She didn't want anything to do with
She
that.
wanted you to love on her.
She wanted me to love on her. So I stopped what I was doing, and I don't know what was wrong with her. She was all she had I need whatever she had in her food this morning, but I fixed it, and I know it wasn't that special.
I mean, she was out and about. I don't know what some days she gets frisky. She will travel.
Well,
she may have been checking for the persimmons, but they're not ready yet.
Well, she was checking me for persimmons, I believe. She just about knocked me down.
Oh man!
She gets to doing that head, and she doesn't stop. You can move, and she's gonna.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. Speaking of fly boots and boots, I got an announcement to make, because these people here, they pretty much know what goes on in our life,
right?
And how I had a hard time with my boots.
Yes.
And I started wrapping my ankle with this
vet wrap.
But luckily I had somebody save me.
Somebody save you, because the last that I bought had lost its sticky.
It wasn't good.
It had lost its sticky.
I think it was just made bad. But y'all, Littlefoot came by the farm stand and dropped me off some Made for Humans. And y'all told me the name of it, and I can't remember, but it's not vet wrap, it's human wrap.
It's human wrap.
And so I just wrap a little bit on my ankle, and it's been beautiful. Now, a lot of y'all have reached out to me and told me all about these other wraps they make that are like socks and stuff that I don't have to wrap. And I got 2 in the shopping cart.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. And they're not expensive. They're pretty
I don't know when I'm planning on going to the grocery store.
But I bought these Coben. That's it. I guess that's how you say it. So we went to the boot store, and I bought these boots, and I thought they felt good, and I got them home. My ankle started hurting.
We were taking them back.
But I am happy to say, y'all, I've been wearing, y'all can tell.
He's been wearing
I've
these
been
boots.
wearing the stew out of them, and I really like them a lot.
He's glad he was able to keep them.
Am.
Hence the vet wrap. I haven't seen Catherine on here. She's a busy lady.
Oh yeah, she posted earlier what she'd already done by lunchtime, and
she's a busy lady. She does not stop.
Done cut 20 acres,
Yep.
plowed the garden,
Yep.
Washed the mule, planted 32 tomatoes. I mean, I was like, girl, you need to slow down.
She does. She makes me feel lazy at times. But you being able to wear the boots is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because we had plans to take them back, and we didn't know what we were going to get when we took them back.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get me some low tops.
The replacement was not going to equal the boots that you had.
Yeah.
So Jason said the other day he did not know why they make boots with a pointed toe. He says, not like you're going to be killing roaches in the corner. And Mary Carl laughs about that every now and then.
She got tickled about
the
that.
other night. She said, Mama, Daddy's pointed toe boots. He don't have any. He can't kill roaches in the corner.
It must have something to do with cowboys and their horses. It's the
Well-
only thing I can figure out why you got a pointed. I don't know why they make any shoes, high heels, anything with a pointed toe like that.
Well, you think
Your
about
feet don't look like that.
But stirrups. You know how stirrups
I
are
could
made.
see that. I mean,
You know-
I guess so. I don't understand the pointed. I mean, nobody's foot is made like that.
So you can kill roaches in the corner.
That's the only thing I can think of you'd use it for. I mean, everybody's foot. I mean, your feet are like this. I don't get the whole. I don't know. For look, somebody says for. I guess so, but.
Well, you don't think it's attractive, do you?
I just think about how bad it's gonna hurt your foot. Every time I see somebody with a pointed toe, I'm thinking that's uncomfortable. I feel sorry for them. Bless their heart.
Well, you don't see tennis shoes with a
No,
pointed
you don't
toe.
see no tennis shoes with a pointed toe.
But heels have it for attraction. You know, it looks good.
I just think about. I would think cowboys and ranchers' feet would hurt all the time with those pointed toes, but evidently they don't. I guess.
Well, maybe cowboys' toes are made like that.
So maybe if you wear them long enough, your feet will start
turning in.
You're doing like that.
That wouldn't be a good thing.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be a good thing. I don't want my toes to turn pointed.
I don't want my toes to turn pointed either.
It's
easier to get on a horse. I was thinking.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
That would make sense. I bet you though. I bet you because these are actually ranching boots. That's what they call them. They're not cowboy boots, but they got the square toe. But a lot of the cowboy boots now have that square toe, and I bet you that a lot of cowboys have switched over to the square toe.
You think?
I bet so.
Well,
I bet so.
I don't know if a long time ago they made any cowboy boots that didn't have a pointed toe. Think about it.
I bet not.
When you were a kid and you had a pair of boots, I bet they were pointed.
They had a pointed toe.
Because that was the way a cowboy's boots looked.
It's to get in the stirrups faster. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because if you have that square toe in your stirrups made like this, there's a chance
your foot will catch it.
Yeah,
that
you
makes
won't be
sense.
able to get it in easily.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, changing the subject.
Yeah.
But I was going to tell you guys that are in this area about a farmer's market that is new, and it's going to start on May the 18th. That is at Calfee Cattle. And it's called the Farmer's Market at Isabella is what they're going to call it. And it's not just going to be a farmer's market. It's going to be jumpy houses for kids. Mm-hmm. They're going to be cooking, there's going to be vendors and such as that.
And the vendors are like local farmers and that
right.
kind of thing.
Artisans.
Yeah.
People, there's like a leather maker. There's all kind of different, I can't see this, but there's all kind of different vendors that are going to be there. So if y'all are local and you're looking for somewhere to buy even, local grown meat.
Yeah. Grass-fed.
Mm-hmm. Pork, beef,
mm-hmm.
and then they sell eggs and it's going to be
vegetables.
Fun. Vegetables, going to be fun. May the 18th, and it's going to go from 9 to 3, and that is at Calfee Cattle, CALFEE. And they've got I shared it on my Facebook page,
yep.
but they've got a post about it on their Facebook page. So if that's something you're interested in, y'all help these local people out.
Yeah, if you're in the area,
they're trying to do good, and who knows? Hog Hill Farm might even go.
May do it. Absolutely may do it.
Just have to see what's going on that day, but it's going to be a good thing.
I saw somebody say that Dan Post and something else and another boot brand, and I missed those because mine are Dan Post right there, and they said they're the most comfortable boots, and I can attest to that.
When Jason put them on for the first time, I was across the store and I could hear, "Oh man!" And I was like, "You okay?"
It was like the last pair I tried on, and I done tried on 85 different ones, and their insole is nothing like you've ever felt before. I mean, it's like like an air mattress or something. I don't know why everybody don't do that.
Well, you had never even heard of Dan Post before.
I've never heard of them. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, Georgia Boots and Ariat and Red Wing and
Danner.
Thorogoods, Danner. I've heard of those, but I never heard of Dan Post. So.
Well, you might have a boot for life now.
You know what they end up doing, though?
What?
They end up changing something up.
Yeah.
You'll find one you like, and then 3 years from now, they done redesigned it and changed something on it and call it the same one. And
it used to be for years, if Jason's boots wore out, I could go to the local co-op and I could look at that number and I would know
Yep.
what Georgia boot
Yep.
was going to be equivalent
That's
to the
right.
one that he's been wearing and take it home without him coming to try it on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it hit a time and those boots were a little bit different.
I got the Georgia Wellingtons, one I've always wore, and that's what I wore this time. And it could be me, but my ankle hurts now.
Your foot's changing
It could
over
be.
time.
No telling. But I love these. I love them. I might be tempted.
No, you don't.
What I like about these boots is I don't like the boots that have the glued on bottom.
Like mine.
Because y'all, we're on our feet all day.
Right.
We're out there on the farm all day. When I get those boots that are glued on, it ain't no time. And then like this side of boot coming unglued.
Well,
so
we
I
just
like
need
the
a good glue gun.
Yeah, that's right. I like the sewn boots. And these I can just get resold because I guess you can on the glue ones too, but I like the boots that are sewn. That's just me. That's just me. But I can take these to a cobbler. Y'all, that's one thing. If I get on social media and of course they know what you like to watch. Y'all, I'll get obsessed and I'll watch cobbler videos, not peach cobbler or blueberry cobbler. I'm talking about a shoe cobbler. I can sit there and watch them for an hour. I don't know what it is about them. It's just so interesting to me to watch them take them boots apart, and it's just and I bet you money there ain't 100 of them in the United States.
You're probably right.
And I bet 50 years ago there were 1,000 of them. Yep.
You're right.
I know, it's just a lost art, and I just love watching those cobblers. And I keep thinking to myself, that's a lot of work that they do in a pair of boots. And I'm thinking, I bet you money, either they don't make that much money, or you nearby could probably buy a pair of boots as much as they charge to fix them.
But look at what you got to do to break in a new pair.
I 100% agree. And plus, they look so much better once they get broken in.
Right.
Brand new pair of boots is ugly.
Yeah.
Just to me, they just look
like you need to go stomp around in the mud.
You need to go kick some cow patties.
That's right. Well, y'all are not going to believe this, but do you remember the live where I was talking about there was something in the pipe, in the overflow pipe?
Yep.
Something in that pipe. And I thought at first it was a cat. But then I started thinking maybe it was a duck or a goose up in that pipe because all I could see was white.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel good. And I came on in, and the whole time I was inside, all I could think about was what was that in that pipe? And so I went back outside, and lo and behold, it was gone. And I thought, well, whatever it was found its way out, so I'm not too worried about it. So yesterday, Mary Carl got my mama in the pedal boat for the first time. Did you know that?
I did not. This is news to me.
So they got in the pedal boat. Now, I did not see it, but I heard about it.
Mary Carl and your mom.
In the pedal boat. And I asked where they went and did she have a hard time getting in? And she said, no, she just got right in. They went all around the pond on the pedal boat and had a good time.
Well, good.
So they got to one side of the pond where the pipe was. And all of a sudden something appeared. And guess what that is? That is Angora, the cat. And so the day that I saw the white sticking out of the pipe, it was definitely Angora. But I don't know why she would want to get in that pipe.
She's chilling. It looks
look at her.
She's in the shade. I bet the wind catches and goes through there too perfectly, like a wind tunnel.
Oh,
like she's got a built-in air condition. So she's sitting there chilling, watching the geese swim around. Yeah, she's relaxed in there.
Yeah, she's
100% relaxed.
She is chill.
Yeah.
She obviously likes the pipe because she went in it again. And Mary Carl just happened to get a picture of her. And Mary Carl never knew that I'd seen something in there before.
Yeah.
So it was two totally, different things going on. I was trying to figure out what it was, and Mary Carl's the one that confirmed it. Go Angora.
Go Angora.
And Angora, she's probably 13 years old.
Yeah, she's an old cat.
She is an old cat. We got her as a kitten. She was a rescue. and she's a quirky one. She's a little bit different, but they all have different personalities.
Angora. Miracle used to watch this show.
I don't remember what it was.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was these girls, and it was a cartoon, and they all had their own horse, and each horse had its own personality and like special thing it can do. And Angora was the cat on that show.
Yep.
And that's where we named her Angora.
Yep. And oh goodness, our friend had the kittens, and none of them had been taken at the time. And there was like 8 or 9 of them. Now, why she picked Angora, I don't know, but Angora's been with us ever since. And she's my mama's cat.
She is.
She was ours.
Cat. She was our cat.
She's not anymore.
Yep.
She's mama's cat.
What was the name of it? And I think that show was I want to say it was a show from the UK. I don't think it was an American show. I don't even know what channel we watched it on.
Somebody said field mice. I don't know that Angora would catch a mouse, but
I don't
maybe
know what she's doing in there. I don't know.
Because she goes to the end and she sits there and watches the pond.
Yep.
It's not like she's, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
There's G&G.
Catherine. I hope she's got her feet kicked up with a glass of lemonade.
I hope she does too.
She needs to call it quits early today.
I hope so.
She's got to fix dinner and think about tomorrow. It's gonna rain tomorrow afternoon, Catherine. You'll get to wash some clothes like me.
Oh, me.
We always get tickled because that's when inside housework gets done, when it rains.
Yep.
When it rains.
When it rains.
And I tell you what, I got a pile of them, so it's gonna need to rain soon.
Yeah, I thought of something the other day. Oh, the barn needs cleaning bad. I need to clean it bad. I thought I ain't doing it till it rains.
Yep, not doing it till it rains.
Yep. Horseland. I believe that's the name.
That's it. That was it.
I believe that's the name of it.
That was it.
I knew somebody knew it.
Yep. But I would have never seen it.
Catherine says she's still working.
I know she is. She's probably out there with her earbuds walking around. So I've caught this twice. And that is going down to the old barn to feed Pink, which that's where she lives. There, it's her choice. No need to explain.
Right.
Go down there, feed her. Mort is Mama's orange cat. Y'all, I know at least 2 or 3 times I've caught Mort in the barn with Pink. And there's no way around it except they're friends. They get along. Pink doesn't like other cats. Mort's a strange one himself. He only likes Sassy Man. That's his friend.
Yeah.
Mort's, of course, fixed. Pink's fixed. But those two have a bond for whatever reason. He's not down there to eat food because his food is actually just as good as Pink's that he eats at home. So he just finds her as his friend.
Interesting. Oh, Mort's a pretty cat. I seen him pop up. Mort used to be our cat too.
Yeah.
I seen him pop up on my memory sometimes.
Yeah, he's a sweet cat.
He is a sweet cat. Pretty.
He and Sassy Man are best friends. Best friends. And that's strange because it's 2 males.
That is strange.
But you're going to see one with the other one. Except for when he's with Pink.
Somebody wanted to know about the coffee vote, and it's still going on, y'all. Still.
When will it end?
April the 30th.
Well, that's a long time.
We're going to go through the entire month.
Okay.
So
we're going to get a good
I haven't
vote.
checked it in a couple of days, but the last day I checked it, matter of fact, I met Ryan yesterday, so it was the day before yesterday. I want to tell y'all, it was about 50 votes difference between the two, and it was pushing 1,000 votes.
All right. Huh.
So
interesting.
So, but I can't remember which one was winning. It was so close, and I think it's flopped once before. I think one was winning, and then it's flopped back to the other one. So I don't know, and two, say for instance, if you're the butter caramel fan and it doesn't win, we're not going to discontinue the butter caramel. We'll just offer it, limited batches throughout the year. Yeah. So
alternating.
Yeah. Kind of like the Christmas coffee. It started in, I think, November, and somewhere around January it quit.
That's right.
So I can't remember. I can't remember who was winning though. I really can't.
Something happened this morning that made me think that I may have a baby goat sooner than what I think.
Oh, yeah.
So every morning, the goats sleep in their stall, and I go in there, and everybody goes out except for Capri and Fifi, and that's just the routine. It's like they know that they're not going out. All the other ones go out except for those two. Well, Bootsy's the only one that kind of lags behind. Bootsy wants to kind of hang back
That's
and
right.
stay in there, and I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but this morning was different. This morning, everybody went out except for Bootsy, Capri, and Fifi, and Bootsy was loving and rubbing all over Fifi, which Fifi is the first one that's going to give birth. And 5 months will be April the 30th. That's 150 days. 140 days is Saturday, this coming Saturday. That's 120 days. What did I say? 140 days? Yes.
You don't confuse me with the math.
Okay. Anyway, Saturday is the earliest that she should give birth. But Bootsy was giving me an indication that that is near.
I was there,
It was something out of the ordinary.
and I told you.
Yes.
I said because I helped you this morning.
Right.
All the goats went out except Bootsy and the two milkers, Fifi and Capri, and Bootsy was kind of loving on Fifi.
It was weird.
Like she was rubbing on her, and one time she got on her back like this, got off, and
Fifi's just standing there.
Fifi was just standing there, almost like a cat rubs on you. It was a very weird behavior. Now, Bootsy's been a mama before.
One time.
And so maybe she's picking up something.
Maybe. Because it was an indication to me that something was a little bit different.
Yep.
And I really hope it doesn't happen Saturday, because that's the day of the event. I mean, ideally, yes, I would like to come home and see the babies healthy and not have to worry.
Yep.
It's a stressful time
Yep.
for a human mama as well as a goat's mama.
Yep.
I think everything will go well, because this is not her first delivery. She's, had babies before, but still, I just feel
you like to be here.
I do. I do like to be
and we've
here.
had it both ways.
What do you mean?
We've had, come home and there's a baby goat.
Bo Peep has had babies twice, and both
seen.
times we have never been there for the birth.
But we've been to, I don't think we were with Bootsy's first birth, but the second one?
I don't remember. I think I was with Bootsy both. Did Bootsy have two sets of babies?
Bootsy's had two sets of babies.
I think I was with Bootsy both times, but not Bo Peep either time.
Okay.
Now
Capri, little Joe, wouldn't he just Miracle saw it and said, "Oh, there's a baby goat," and it happened pretty quick.
I don't know, but I remember Bo Peep when that baby was born.
Yeah.
We came home from school, and that baby was standing there, and it looked like a full-grown kid. I mean, it looked like it had been there for 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
Speaking of that, let me show y'all Laura. I think I shared on the last.
You showed the mama.
I showed the mama.
Yeah.
Well, that mama had 2 babies, and they came out looking like full-grown children.
They big goats.
They are big goats. I do not know how she had both of those inside of her. She said one of them is just a big, big goat.
Mm-hmm.
But she delivered a little bit earlier than what Laura was expecting, and that got me to thinking after I saw Bootsy's behavior today that I might have a goat sooner than later.
Maybe so.
And y'all, I'm not gonna immediately start milking her.
No.
I'm gonna let the kids settle in, and that'll be towards time to wean the baby is when I'll start doing my milking.
You'll still run her through?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still run her through, and it might.
Because it only takes.
Oh yeah, it's become so routine that
it's like that.
I haven't missed one day.
Yep.
Not one time have I missed since I've started training them. And they just know what to do unless Jason's there, and they look at him like, "You're not supposed to be in here.
Right.
Could you please step outside until we get this done?"
Right.
But Fifi is doing phenomenal. I can rub all the way around her udder, and there's no tension whatsoever. It's just it's loosened up a lot, and things are going well.
Somebody wanted to know is, I don't know, it's gone now, but is Paris our least friendliest goat? And if so, how are we going to milk her? She's not our least friendliest goat. Bo Peep is our least friendliest goat.
Bo Peep is our least friendly goat.
Paris, I mean, you got treats.
Paris.
Paris is all over you.
Yeah, she's not a problem.
Yeah, now Bo Peep, she still don't. You got treats. She's still like,
Yeah.
I don't know. What? Are you sure that's a treat you got? I don't know if that's a treat.
Bo Peep was given to us by Terry, who
Yeah.
was one of the #1 Nigerian dwarf goat breeders. But Bo Peep did not meet the height qualifications.
Yeah,
She's
it
a
was
little bit
something.
shorter
Yeah,
than a registered Nigerian to be registered. They have to meet that certain height.
that's right.
And that's the reason Bo Peep was given to us, and she was about a year old at that time.
Yeah, Terry was very peculiar. She was big into these shows and won them all the time. And it was like the shows she would go to be like Westminster Dog Show. It was crazy. She would pack her camper up and travel to Washington
She had
for a goat show.
this goat trailer, I guess is what you called it.
It was a camper.
Goat that she
It
hauled
was
her
a
goats.
it was a motor. It was a camper, but it had
goat quarters.
goat quarters in the back.
It was built differently than a horse camper. It was
Yeah.
designed for goats. And I'm telling you, she was one of the most knowledgeable. Well,
And well known.
she was the most knowledgeable goat person. I mean, to this day, if I had a question, I would ask her because she
Mhm.
knows the answer.
She would.
Um,
She was something else and did it for years and years and years. And the next thing you know, it's like a switch flipped.
Yep.
And she didn't want to do it anymore.
She didn't want to do it anymore, and that's where Topper came from too.
That's where Topper came from.
Not Bootsy. Bootsy
Yep.
came from somewhere different, but Topper is a wonderful bred buck.
Yeah.
That, I mean, he's a champion type buck, and I hate the fact that he's not. He's
Mhm.
obviously not fertile.
Yeah, he's not fertile.
For whatever reason, that's okay. He's a pet and he's staying, so good times.
He's my buddy.
What's for dinner?
What is for dinner?
Do you know?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. We haven't had spaghetti in a long time.
We haven't had it in a while.
In a long time.
Yep.
And so I have some homemade spaghetti sauce simmering down, and that's what we're going to have. It's Tuesday, so I bet a lot of tacos out there.
Did you add the twist to it?
Yes, I add a can of Rotel to the spaghetti sauce.
Yep.
And the first time I ever did that, I really, really liked it. And my family did as well. So since then, we've been adding a can of Rotel. It just gives it a little kick, and everybody likes it. So just a little something different.
Breakfast or supper. I saw somebody ask. It's gone, but they put their tomatoes out a little early and it's going to get cold. Do I think they'll make it? It depends on how cold it is. If you stay above 32, you should be fine. You should be absolutely fine. So, here we go.
You reading dinner?
Tacos. There comes the tacos.
Here comes the tacos.
We order wings for dinner, and I can eat them.
We were talking the other
I can
day
eat 'em
about
every day.
riding in an Uber.
Yeah.
And how, we were scared to do it.
Yeah.
Well, here's something that we've never done. DoorDash.
Yeah. Never done DoorDash.
Never done DoorDash.
Do we even have DoorDash way out here?
Well, I guess they'd go anywhere you wanted them to.
So I guess it's kind of like Uber.
Yeah.
So if somebody locally
ordered it.
signs up for DoorDash, then they'll do it.
Everybody signed up for DoorDash now, dear.
Really?
Yes. Everybody.
So I bet a lot of teenagers do it. I wonder if you gotta be 18 though.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
That's
never
a good
done
question.
DoorDash.
We have never ordered DoorDash. And
Yep.
I just think about these people that live in the city that are able to, it used to be you would order a pizza because they would deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine having the ability to order anything you wanted and it delivered to your door?
Some people say it's expensive.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I knew they had to charge you something.
Well,
It's not like a pizza because you're ordering it from Pizza Hut.
That's right.
So
they pay their drivers, right?
You're ordering McDonald's and they're going to pick it up and bring it to you. So you have to pay DoorDash extra for doing that.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Probably could get 2 meals for one.
Probably. That's
Yeah.
why I'm not going to order it.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they're expensive.
I just
Expensive.
cook my dinner at my house. All right, so we won't be here on Saturday because we will be at Pedals from the Past.
That's right.
So our plans are to be back here at Tuesday at 4:00 for our next live.
That's right.
Correct?
That's correct.
All right.
That's correct.
Well, hope
Well,
everybody enjoys your evening and
your supper tonight.
and your supper or
That's
your
right.
dinner or your DoorDash or
Uber.
whatever.
Uber Eats. That's how somebody say that. You got Uber Eats, and it's cheaper than DoorDash.
Hmm.
I bet if you lived in a big city.
Yeah, it probably would be
It
a
may be
normal
worth it.
thing to
Mm-hmm. I bet so.
anyway.
When they get them driverless cars out here, it was.
Oh, Jason. See y'all next Tuesday.
Y'all be good.